Go.
Hi, this is the November 2010. I'm going to be showing off my best friend's fortune draw deck based on Fortunelady, but with more draw power. These are the engines of the deck, Fortunelady Light. Basically, she is the special summon of the deck. When she is summoned or when she is basically removed off of the field, you get to special summon a Fortunelady monster from your deck and special summon onto the field, face of attack, face of defense. Certain Fortunelady monsters get their abilities when they're special summoned by Fortunelady. Fortunelady Light with special summon fire, she'll get her ability. She's the engine that basically makes the deck roll around. Fortunelady monsters, as you can see, question mark attack. They get their attack from their level based on which Fortunelady increment they're in. Fortunately, Light is in increments of 200, so her attack starts off at 200 since she's only level 1. They grow a star every standby phase, and their max level is 12. Fortunately, Light. Fortunelady Fire, 2 Fortunelady Fires. Fortunelady Fire can also go up to 3. We're trying to get a third one. Her attack, like Fortunelady Light, goes up by 200. She starts off at 400 attack. When she is special summoned due to the effect of a Fortunelady monster in face-up attack position, she pops an opponent's monster, and your opponent takes damage equal to that monster's attack. Other than that, no other ability. Good for popping monsters, good for getting rid of stuff. You know, very good offensive power. Fortunelady Win, run 1. She goes up by increments of 300. Her level starts off at 3. She starts off at 900 attack. When she is summoned, equal to the number of Fortuneladies, you can pop equal spell and traps. Everything has to be equal to the number of Fortunelady monsters you control, including her. So, Fortunelady Light and Fortunelady her, you summon her, and you have Light on the field, your opponent has 2 spells and traps, you can pop both of them. If he has more or less, can't. So, Fortunelady wins. The element of draw in this deck, Fortunelady Water, 3. Another one that runs up by 300 attack each, so her attack basically is 12 when she's summoned. So when she is special summoned by any means necessary and you control another Fortunelady monster other than water, you get to draw 2 cards. So that's a very good thing. It's like an endless pot of greed. When you special summon her by any means, she gets special summoned. You have another Fortunelady like Win on the field, special summon. You know, you get to draw 2 cards. Very good, level 4. Now, Fortunelady Dark, the element of special summon due to attack. She starts off, and she's an element of going up by increments of 400 attack. So she starts off at 2,000. She's a level 5 monster, so she's tribute. When she destroys, or when she's on the field, whenever a Fortunelady monster, meaning her, anybody else, destroys a monster on your opponent's side of the field, you get to special summon a Fortunelady monster from your graveyard. This runs in handy because you can special summon fire, pop another monster you can't attack, special summon water, draw 2 cards. This is the Fortune Draw deck, so special summoning water to draw more cards, or special summoning dark from the graveyard herself to keep on boosting up the power. Also, her ability chains. If you have 2 on the field and you attack with 1, you can special summon up to 2 Fortunelady monsters, special summon 2 waters, their ability chains, draw 4 cards. Very good draw power, very good draw engine. That ends the Fortunelady monsters from the deck. You could run Earth, but it's not recommended unless you want a beat stick in your deck. When she's summoned, she's level 7. She's level 6. 1 tribute again. Her attack goes to 24. She's Earth monster, and every time she goes up a level, your opponent takes damage. 3 Apprentice Magicians. When they are flipped, they do spell counters, but this deck does not revolve around that, so it need not worry. Her ability is when she is destroyed by battle, you can special summon level 1, a level 2 or lower spellcaster monster face down defense position. She's the dark attribute, and we're going to get into the dark light attribute of this deck soon. But she's good for bringing out fire to get her into the graveyard for dark, and she's good for getting out herself to stall, and light for cards such as Slip of Fortune and such that will remove light from play to get further abilities. 3 Cyber Valleys, light monsters. If they, end up getting destroyed, they'll end up in the graveyard. But like I said, Fortune Draw, more power. Removing from play Fortuneladies to get more draw power to further advance the draw. Remove from play a card, draw 2 cards. If it's summoned onto the field as a line of defense, you can stop a whole battle phase, so you can stop an OTK, move it from play, keep it moving. You get to draw 1 card for that, 2 cards for moving from play, and the other ability not really used in this deck, so if you want to look forward, you can Google more about Cyber Valley. One-dimensional alchemist gets to bring a card removed from play when it's destroyed. Good in conjunction with Cyber Valley, can bring it, reuse it, and also for if any Fortune Lady monsters get removed from play, cards get removed from play, bring it back. Good ability. It's a light monster. Now we're going to get into the reason why there are lights and darks in this deck. 2 Chaos Sorcerers. Chaos Sorcerer, remove a light and dark from play. This deck has to do a lot with removing cards from play, as you can see. So remove from play a card such as, Dimensional Alchemist, Cyber Valleys, and stuff like that if they end up being in the graveyard. Plus any of the dark monsters such as Dark or the Apprentice Magicians. Chaos Sorcerer, remove a monster from play, can't attack, can only be face up. Special summon, 2300 attack, decent. Now, these are add-ons, cards that you could put in the deck as monsters. Earthbound Immortal Silipiscu and Dark Arm Dragon. These are ifs if you wish to do it. My best friend runs a Silipiscu for a very good purpose. There is a field spell card, but we'll get into that in a minute, called Future Visions, and obviously you see Earthbound Immortals, they cannot exist on the field without a field spell. But the good thing about Future Visions is it removes this from play and its ability goes through. Very useful card if you wish to use it. My best friend uses it and such. Dark Arm Dragon. With all the removing from play of dark monsters and the limited amount of dark monsters that there might be in this deck, cards that fall into the graveyard, but at times you can't get them back out. Dark Arm Dragon. It's an if. It's a maybe. If you wish to run it, you can run it. It's a good card. Remove darks from play. Keeps on going. There's cards that remove from play, but there's also cards that bring cards back, like Dimensional Alchemist. Remove from play a dark. When Dimensional Alchemist goes, pop, get your dark back. Now, those are the monsters. As you can see, set monsters. That's about it. Now we're going to move on to the spell cards. 3. Future Visions. Future Visions, another key to this deck. This is the remove from play factor. When a monster from either side of the field, either your opponent or you, are normal summon, they get removed from play until the next standby phase and come back. This is good for Fortune Ladies because during their standby phase, they get an additional level. Now, the one misconception about cards coming back from this is they're just placed back. They're not special summoned, they're not normal summoned, they're not summoned in any kind of way back onto the field. They just whoop, pop right back. And Future Visions. Another rule about Future Visions is if your opponent summons a monster and it gets removed from play, if you replace Future Visions with another Future Visions, that monster will stay removed from play. The only difficult trick about this is it also works backfiring for you. If you summon and you're expecting it to come back, not going to come back. Terraforming, cards that bring, obviously, field spells, bring Future Visions, blah. Now, Fortune's Future. Ta-da! Pretty card. Really nice key card in the deck. Awesome ability. Why? All of the removal from play of all these Fortune Lady monsters, light, dark, and such, and cards getting removed from play, and the abilities, Future Visions, removing them from play. Fortune's Future puts a Fortune Lady monster back to the graveyard and let you draw 2 cards. We're trying to aim for another one just to run 2. Very simple, run 2, no more than 1. No more than 3. Trying to keep, even balance in the deck. But like I said, Fortune Draw, very good draw power, puts it back in the graveyard. Now, if you activate Future Visions effect for Fortune Lady and remove from play and activate Fortune's Future, it puts the Fortune Lady in the graveyard. That Fortune Lady monster will not come back to the field. It'll stay in the graveyard because it was placed there by this ability. Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness, draw 2, remove from play a dark monster, like remove from play Dark, remove from play Dad, a Silipiscu, and such, forth and forth, on and on. Draw power for the deck, basic card. 2, Magical Dimensions, Quick Play. Notice the Quick Play symbol, very good spell card. If you control a spellcaster type monster, you contribute any monster. Doesn't have to be a spellcaster, even though that's the misconstrued truth. You have to have a spellcaster to sacrifice a monster to place another spellcaster monster on the field. Also, its secondary ability pops a card. Now, trick about this card is, can it be Stardust? No, it cannot. You activate this effect, but you can choose whether to pop a monster or not. In addition, this does not work in conjunction with Fortune Lady Light's ruling for her being removed from play. It will not work. You can, but if you use the second ability to pop your Fortune Lady Light, it will work. And you can get Fortune Lady's Light's ability and keep them, deck moving, blah, 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 blah. 1 for 1. Discard a monster, get a level 1. There's a lot of ones in this deck, such as Fortune Lady Light, Cyber Valley, and such. Those are your level 1s. You search for them, get them on the field, good stall, good draw, get special summon it, allows you to normal summon, scoop, draw 2, move from play, other abilities such and such. Card destruction. Card destruction for this deck. You have a sucky hand, get rid of it, keep it moving. Really good to use either regardless, and just that. Pot of Avarice. Use for card destruction if you have 5 monsters, blah, simple use. Staples, Giant Trune, Mystical Space Typhoon, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. Enough said. That's all you need to know. Staples, cards, belong in every deck. There you go. Compulsory Evacuation Device. This is a very good card with Fortune Lady Light, because when she's removed from the field, even by this, she gets her ability. This can also be used for opponent's synchro monsters, pop them back to the deck if they get annoying. Pretty good card, but better card for this deck. Slip of Fortune. Slip of Fortune negates an attack, removes from play a monster from play into the next standby phase. This card works for Fortune Lady Light. Removes her from play, gets her ability, pop, get fire, pop a monster, dark for presence, water for draw power. Good card, works, negates an attack, prevents, and it works for any monster, not just Fortune Lady, but more or less used for light. Needle Sealing. Control 4 or more face-up monsters on the field, and all of them are destroyed. This card works for Fortune Lady Light as well. Just pops face-up monsters. There you go. Call the Haunted. Treasure Tribute. Also staples. Staple trap cards. Call the Haunted brings back a monster. Treasure Tribute pops everything. Torrential Tribute, and basically, there you go. Torrential Tribute misses the timing on Fortune Lady Light, unfortunately. So, that doesn't work. But, there's a slight ruling, though. Depending on the placement of Fortune Lady Light, if she is the last card to get popped, it will work. But, chances are, she's going to end up being one of the cards that ends up being not popped first. As the cards, monster pops go left to right, she probably won't end up being in the middle, unless she's last card or only card on the field. She get popped. Your opponent's cards go first, then yours. Torrential Tribute. And that is the Fortune Draw deck.